What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and welcome into another video. We're hopping back into the Summer Cup with a double counter line, Skeleturge in the front. My gosh, this team, woo, so much fun to use, and boy, was it ever drunk. So let's hop into these matches here. This is an ABB lineup where you're gonna have Vigoroth kind of pull out anything that Poliwrath does not want to see. Skeleturge, obviously, to destroy everything, doing what the Dirge does. So Togedemaru deciding to stay in. Obviously, this is a wild charge. Gonna definitely shield that move up, and they hop into a Poliwrath. My gosh, this team must be triple weak to the Dirge, and we are gonna be able to get 2 disarming voices before they even get to 1 move, considering how much energy they gave us with that Togedemaru. Now we are even shields. I tried to catch a move there, but unsuccessfully, considering it's really hard to catch a move on a 5-turn fast move. So gonna throw 1 more Incinerate. Probably should have thrown 2, but kind of miscounted there. Wasn't really too sure how much energy they had, but I decided to come in with my own Poliwrath anyways. Take the move, just the Icy Wind, not very effective, but it does lower our attack. And they hop into a Vigoroth, try to catch a move, but we counter the Togedemaru down, and they quit the match. GG's, well played to my opponent there. So hopping into the next matchup, Skeleturge into Skeleturge. We all very much dislike these mirror matches. It's just a bait game. Who's gonna be the fish? Who is going to call it? So I'm gonna be shielding up the first move, as that is going to be the disarming voice. Unfortunately, I'm going straight for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball gonna one-shot. That gets shielded. I'm gonna hard pivot without even throwing into my Vigoroth, hoping to gosh almighty it is the Shadow Ball. Double resisted. You love to see it. And they hop into a Toxapex, as my celebration is now cut down. Toxapex is going to be a little bit difficult for you to play with this team, considering everything is going to be resisted versus the Toxapex, except for Body Slam and Shadow Ball. And Shadow Ball takes a little bit to get to. Although Brine's not really a very hard-hitting move, Skeleturge can hold its own against the Toxapex, considering Shadow Ball probably does about 35-40% of the Toxapex health. But and again, Brine probably does about the same to the Skeleturge, and we are resisting the poison jabs, which is quite nice. Gonna be shielding up the Brine here, as we do not want to take that, as our Skeleturge is quite low, probably getting us close to dying or being taken out, and hopefully I can get to 1 more disarming voice after this. Hopefully they shield this, which they do. I'm gonna make them throw energy here, expecting them to just go for a Feather Dance, which we might survive, but they full send the Brave Bird. That is massive, giving us a win con here, being able to fully farm all the way down. So gonna have to let this move go through, as we have no shields. They go for the Feather Dance. Thank gosh they don't have another Brave Bird. That was massive. I'm gonna throw 4 counters, as I know I caught the move, and then the Scald. So Scald is definitely gonna be taking care of this Skeleturge, my words, and hopefully this Scald is going to be enough double debuff to take out this Toxapex, which it is, and we come back from a very unwinnable game to winning it. Whew, that was very close. On to the next game here. So Skeleturge into Vigoroth. Again, a little bit of a bait game, but they decided to hop right into the Feraligatr, which I'm quite fine by this. I'm just going to hop into my Poliwrath here. Maybe I should have went into the Vigoroth, but our pacing would have been the same, but the Shadow Claws would have been double resisted. So that could have been taken into account, as Vigoroth can take a Hydro Cannon, leaving us in about the yellow health, and we'd be able to match Body Slam with Hydro Cannon every time they get to theirs. But I decided to come in with my Poliwrath, as we do resist the Hydro Cannons, but we don't resist the Shadow Claws. As you can see, this matchup is not as one-sided as you may think it would be, as Feraligatr just puts in so much work, taking both of my shields, and now back in comes the Vigoroth here. I'm gonna throw the Scald just to do some maximum damage here. Didn't want to risk them not throwing a shield up and just getting an Icy Wind off, which honestly Scald just does just a bit more damage, and it gets stopped. So that's why I threw the Scald. They come in with a Whiscash. I have loaded energy. We get the shield. Okay, we might be able to win this game now. Mud Bomb definitely going to be taking out the Vigoroth here. All I have to do is get to the Shadow Ball here versus that Whiscash. We can survive a Mud Bomb, which it is a Mud Bomb, not enough to get to the Scald. That is beautiful, and all I have to do is come in with the Poliwrath after I throw a Shadow Ball, get the farm down. Hopefully we can do enough counter damage. Can we? No. Can we live 2 counters? Yes, we can. And Skeleturge pulls another clutch battle from the opponent. These are some close games, may I tell you. They're all over the place. Speaking of the Toxapex, it is on the lead. We're going to stay in here, throw the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is going to do some very nice damage, doing about 30 to 40%. Look at that. Pretty nice damage. I'm going to try and catch a Brine on the Vigoroth, excuse me, sorry, after waiting a turn, but all we do is catch that Sludge Wave, which is quite fine. Gonna do a lot of damage, but now it pops out their own Vigoroth. Again, this is even better that we get the shield, because now all I can do is come in with a Poliwrath. I can shield once, farm all the way down, and take a Body Slam to go. I was thinking of coming in with Skeleturge, but I really didn't want to take a Rock Slide and have to give up both of my shields, because they probably would have gotten to 2 Rock Slides, because I get to do Body Slams here. And if you're good at move counting and throwing your moves on proper timing, you should be able to get to 2 Rock Slides, especially after that farm down of my own Vigoroth with the Incinerate. So I'm gonna now hop into my Skeleturge after throwing all that energy, hoping I caught a Sludge Wave, but unfortunately I didn't. All I caught was a big Brine and a Trevenant to go here. Disarming Voice gets the shield, and maybe if I just got into that one more Incinerate damage, this game would have been ours. Because Icy Wind gonna be coming in, not enough to KO. Oh, that is so heartbreaking. If that one Incinerate registered, we win that game, but we were probably 1 or 2 turns away from winning, but it is what it is. Ariados on the lead. They hop into a Vigoroth here. I'm gonna stay in just for a little bit, hopefully catching the Rock Slide on the Poliwrath, making sure I counted to 7. Since Swap takes a turn, I'm able to catch that move. But if you are playing against the Vigoroth, straight up, you're not gonna be able to catch the Rock Slide, because they get it to 7, and yeah, you won't be able to do it. So with the Incinerates and how it goes, just the way it goes. So back in comes the Ariados. I'm going to be throwing this Scald here, doing maximum damage. Don't really care about the debuff at this point, but we get it anyways, and we will definitely take that. I know if this is just a cross poison, we're going to be able to live and get to another Scald, but I just want to save my energy here. Catch the move. Oh, that is just beautiful. Catching the cross poison, which is going to be resisted, and now out comes the Poliwrath. We have back-to-back Disarming Voices. This is massive. We are going to grab both of these shields right away. After doing one more Incinerate, I'm going to do one more just so I have 2 more Disarming Voices, and they throw the Scald, so I know I can fully get to this Disarming Voice and the next one. Not completely KOing this Shadow Poliwrath, but getting them very, very low, where a Shadow Ball just might do the trick. So Shadow Ball going to be coming in. Is this enough to KO? It's not. 1 counter later, that's enough to take care of the Poliwrath, and this Scald is going to take care of the Ariados, and my opponent isn't even going to be able to get to see the Vigoroth, and that is the way we like it. So that's going to be a good game, well played to my opponent, and a nice 4-1 set here. I had a blast with this team, and I hope you all have a blast with this team. I hope it works out very well for you, and if you all like the content, please hit that like button, comment if you want to see anything in the future, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because it really helps out the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. And we will see everybody in the next video. Bye bye.